We cover business success and insights wherever we find them. So we've had, Mexican comedy horror actors. We've had financial dominatrixes. And we've had a lot of interesting people.
Authors aplenty.
Authors. We've had a beauty person or two. We've had a beauty person or two, but nothing like today. Kerry, what do we have?
We have Danny Gray, founder of War Paint for Men. And it's interesting his last name is Gray because he's such a colorful personality. We're excited to
Hmm.
talk with him about being on the Dragon's Den, which is the UK version of Shark Tank, to pitch the idea originally. War Paint for Men is cosmetics specifically for men. So we'll talk about why he founded the business, the kind of the role this plays, lots and lots of exciting things. The store, he's got a new store and it's
Carnaby
amazing.
Street. Yeah.
Mhm.
Pardon us, Mr. Posh.
And it's
So
home base actually for an organization that helps raise awareness about mental illness. So
we always want to
in
raise
addition to
awareness
being
for
a
mental
working
illness.
store.
We're going to talk war paint today.
Hi, everyone. Tim Kitzer from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz, welcoming you to The Backpack Show. Your hosts, Chris Brogan, Kerry Gorgone, Boom Shakalaka.
Backpack Show.
Your mama and Papa Brogan are here.
But before we do anything, we're all going to wish happy birthday to my mom, Diane Brogan.
Hooray! Happy birthday.
It is my mom's birthday today.
Please don't send cake or flowers.
Don't send cake or flowers.
Love.
We're sending Danny Gray. That's what I think. I think she'd like another son. And
who wouldn't? He's very charming.
He's and handsome.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't let me work on that. So we have War Paint for Men today. We're going to talk about, and I have a kit.
Before you do,
I know I got to do ads. I know, but I'm so excited to have a box of makeup, which I'm going to do bad things with. Thank you, Jane Morehouse, for putting this all together. By the way, Jane
great things with them.
Jane is the expert in PR and public relations for the beauty world. PR and public relations, like they're two different things. For the beauty world, she is the boss. Like everybody knows Jane. I've gone to events where I've seen people wait in huge lines for Jane. It is astounding. Happy birthday, my mom. Okay, look, I got to read an ad or two, and then we can talk to Danny.
You told everybody it's your mom's birthday. Let them say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to mom. Happy birthday to mom. Hey, if you want to have your own video show,
we're sponsored by StreamYard.
StreamYard. StreamYard sponsors me and my mom. So come and get some. It's this is the software that makes this video show, and it is delightful. Hey, want an audio podcast? We set ours up using castos.com, and now you can listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts. I don't know what the top podcast player is in the UK. I have a feeling that Danny might know. And I'm going to do one more ad. Want your own .online domain? You could have warpaint.online if you want. cbrogan.me/online. Use the code Chris in all caps. You get it for 99 centavos.
Gets me every time that it has to be all caps.
$1 US American dollar. cbrogan.me/online. Yeah, there we go. We did it. Danny Gray. We're going to have so much fun. It's going to be a day.
Let's do it.
Live from Carnaby Street. Danny Gray, how are you, buddy?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me on. And can I just say happy birthday to Mum?
Oh, perfect.
See, that's so sweet.
That is sweet.
Jane's laughing at all the accolades you heaped upon her head.
She is so important. When I saw her in her element, I was like, oh, pardon me, Your Highness. Right. I want to start with the weirdest place ever to start. Your new store, I have been told, is also a haven for mental health for men. That's a really strange thing to say about a makeup shop.
Yeah, look, so my story all centers around mental health, and it's the reason that I founded the brand. Back when I was 12 years old, I got bullied in my sort of middle school because of the way I looked. So my ears used to be right angles to my head, and I got bullied for a couple of weeks, and that was a massive issue for me. Sorry, as you can see, the store's a little bit busy.
It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, good thing. So if it gets too loud, just let me know. But so my ears were like this. I got bullied because of it. So I started obsessing about the way I looked. So much so, getting to 14, 15, I started using makeup to hide spots and cover stuff up. So I've been wearing makeup now for the last 20 years, and it's really, really helped me deal with my own mental health and managing with body dysmorphia. That it's not fixing it, but it's a tool that I use. So all I wanted to do is create a store, or not just a store, a brand that promoted guys feeling comfortable to do whatever they need to be the real them. So that's why I created the brand, and we very much centered around mental health in the store.
So how does that manifest? Like, for instance, I go in and I say I've got this patch of red up here on my forehead, which is rosacea, and every kind of cream I've ever tried to use for it, makes it not itch, but it doesn't quite make it go away. You jump in and say, "Don't worry, have I got the easiest thing in the world for that?" Is that how we get towards the mental health side of it, or how does one of those engagements work?
So, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to move slightly. So I knew something happened.
We're gonna get a tour of the store.
Yeah, 100%. We can.
Also, I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that you're a perfectly attractive person. So dysmorphia really it's in your head, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing for me. I'm so sorry about this. I think it's the whole thing for me around body dysmorphia. A lot of people would look at you and think, "Oh, well, you look great," and but that's not how I perceive myself a lot of the time. And that's the thing with mental health, is like a lot of people can look and think they know how you feel, but they don't inside. So a lot of the time people say, "Oh, but you look great," but sometimes in my own head, I don't feel like that. So
would it be triggering to ask you a question about, like, do you run through sort of a list of your things? Like, when you see yourself in the mirror, you're like, your nose is too something, your eyebrows are too, like, is there a list of it that you walk through when you're having that problem, or how does it express itself, if that's okay to ask?
Of course, so mine can all be around. So I've been asked to move it because of the lights. I'm really sorry about this. Hopefully that's the way. So for me, it can be anything like stress from work or personal life, or feeling a bit run down. Like, I've learned to deal with it a lot better than 10 years ago. But that will then morph itself into body dysmorphia. So if I'm anxious about work, or I'm overrun, or all of a sudden I'll start obsessing about the way I look even more so. Like my clothes, I'll get ready many, many times. But I've learned now to really deal with that in a different way and take a step back and sort of stop and calm down, let myself calm down before I try and get ready. And these are just little tools that I've picked up, but it can stem from pretty much anything stress related.
So then what made you realize that this was something that could help other men as well?
So great
and
question.
Women, right? Some of your customers are women.
Yeah, well, we get 30% of our customers are women buying for their partners, believe it or not, introduce them to the brand. But for me, makeup has helped me so much, honestly. Like, to know I've got a product that I feel comfortable to use that can cover up imperfections. I don't have to worry that I'm going to get a breakout with spots or acne, and that helps me front end with my mental health. So I knew there's a lot of guys out there who had been wearing makeup in secret, or not being very open about it. So I just knew there was a huge market. So by creating a male specific brand, I thought my guys might feel more up for trying products and giving it a go and getting the benefits from it that I have. And that's just happened because we get so many messages all the time, like, "Thank you for introducing it to me. I now feel comfortable in using it. It's helped me so much." So I always knew there'd be a massive demand for it.
So let's say Chris comes into your store. Like, what's the approach? Maybe some men have never bought makeup before. Maybe they're a little uncomfortable. You don't want to necessarily be like, "Hey, we can hide that big spot," or something. You got to be careful, right? How you approach them, so you don't trigger them.
Exactly. It's very different how we approach it. So what we're not doing is, it's like you have to come in, maybe like how the bigger female-led brands, it's a big consultation, big bright lights, sit down, it can take 45 minutes. It's a very much an interactive and learning experience. And, I generally tell them what I do for my routine rather than asking them, like, trying to put it on them. And it's more of a pick-up purchase rather than, look, you need to sit down. We also educate in a different way, how long it takes. And what our products are about are real simple products to even out your skin tone rather than accentuate the way you look. So I think guys they come in interested, and by the time we explain it, they say, "Oh, look, I get it," and maybe it's not as scary as what I first thought it was.
I have to kind of stop what I've been asking you. Was that Stephen Fry?
Yeah. So
what?
I sponsor Norwich City, who are a big soccer team in the UK.
Yeah.
I also sponsor a rugby league team, so American football but English version, which is all very masculine. And we got a lot of press from that. And off the back of it, Stephen Fry was a fan of that soccer team, and he asked to do an interview with me. So I literally met him for the day, and all we talked about was not product. It wasn't about war paint. It was about breaking stereotypes.
Yeah.
So we did a whole piece with Norwich around, we interviewed different celebrities around stereotypes within sport, within work, within everything, just because this is a stereotype that as a guy, you shouldn't use makeup. You shouldn't worry about the way you look. But of course, everyone does. So Stephen just loved it. And it was the first time he'd ever done anything with club in 14 years. So it was an amazing experience.
I'm
legend. He's an absolute legend.
Truly. In fact, I have to tell you, when I saw him there, I Googled to see, was he knighted? And then he's not knighted. And then I thought, why wouldn't he have been knighted?
Did you know what? Having a conversation with him was tough because not in a good way, because you'd say something and he would come up with this philosophy and the way his brain worked was just incredible to watch.
Yeah, you'd feel a little behind on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
that's not nice. Don't say that.
No, it's totally
He's
true.
Very
He's
bright.
So smart. You feel like a dog when you're, what, Stephen? Because he's that smart. I would fold. So listen, back to my regular scheduled questions, though. I just was envious for a minute, but we'll be okay, Danny. Back to my regular session. One person
schedule questions, but
let's pretend I made them up already.
Okay.
One thought I was thinking is that Britain has one of the most famous men in makeup ever in the 80s, George Allen O'Dowd. So you have Boy George, who early on started some of this rolling, but he, of course, in the States for sure, there was so much said about him, so much negative, so much, what is he, what is she, all that sort of thing. So it still wasn't okay. But now we look forward to Billy Porter wearing dresses on the runway or whatnot, or tuxedo that turns into a dress and that sort of thing. And there's a whole lot of things around gender and stereotypes around clothing and all that. But makeup still is there, isn't it? It's still, I can't imagine, working in an iron smelting place and telling the mates, that I got a little bit of concealer because my eyes are a little off this morning.
But do you know what? I think that's all what I'm trying to change, because like what you touched on there, a few things, right? So Boy George in the 80s, Adam Ant, New Romantics, Bowie, but that was all expression, right? That was all using makeup theatrically. So a lot of guys probably wouldn't relate to that and want to use it, where what we're trying to come from is, of course, there's a place for that. But what we want to say is, look, I've worn makeup for 20 years. No one knows I'm wearing it. It makes me feel better and be the real me. If I didn't have makeup on today, I probably wouldn't feel as good. I wouldn't be as confident as I am right now to you. All I want to do is create a choice for men. And I want it to get to the point where the guys can feel comfortable. Like, look, if I want to. The other thing for me as well, right? People go down the gym every day, right? I'll say 50% of them at least go down the gym, not because they want to live to their 100, it's because they want to look in shape. Because if they look in shape, it makes them feel better, right? And then if you think about moisturizing, the way it's exploded in the last 20 years in grooming for men, it's frightening how much. But 20 years ago, men didn't moisturize. So they now moisturize, but moisturizing does not make you live a day longer. It's not going to prolong your lifespan. It's not going to make you healthier, make your skin healthier, but not you effectively. So what's the point of it? The point of moisturizing is to reduce your wrinkles, and those guys, it reduces the wrinkles, that makes them feel great. And that caught on very, very quickly about this self-care and making you feel good. So if we get to a point where, listen, they've got dark under eyes, blemishes, scars, rosacea, which starts on pigmentation, just let people have a choice to use some products that, if it makes them feel a little bit better, that can only be a positive thing.
We have a couple of comments here. Elizabeth says, don't be jealous, Chris. You pull off the jellyfish shirt much better than anyone else. And Marion says, I'd be interested to hear how Danny thinks about the movement of women revealing themselves without their makeup.
So do you want me to answer that?
Sure.
Yeah, great. So look, I think it's amazing. And what I'm not trying to do is say you have to use makeup. I'm not saying, guys, that everyone should be using makeup and, doing loads of makeup and spending loads of time on it. It takes me 5 minutes in the morning. Some days I don't wear it. A lot of the days I do. And it's about just real easy products. And where women have gone to it is almost like they're trying to reverse it back a bit. So don't be afraid that you don't have to use makeup. So I just believe that if you want to wear it and it makes you feel good, great. If you don't, then don't. Let's not just judge anyone on what they want to do. So I quite like that movement of women wearing less and less makeup, because it's their choice, and that's all I believe in, that you should have a choice. So I think it's a great move that women are, moving back where they can feel comfortable to not have to wear makeup every day.
I am, so I guess on your behalf, Jane sent me a box of your stuff and I started opening it up, which is a terrible idea. Cause I'm trying to pay attention to you. And I'm like, there's so many gadgets. like I have this. I have a paintbrush now. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Like I thought it was for my beard, but I'm wrong. And it also looks kind of burned, which I guess is sort of it's a contour, right? Like
If you have a question, Danny is here.
What's
He
this,
can tell
Danny?
you what it is.
So there's a couple of brushes that you've got on there. That one you're holding is an application brush. So that effectively for us, it's not really you can use it to contour where you define your jawline, but we don't really educate on that because I just like to use a product like that to apply my foundation or blend in products. So that it's a bit denser. It's a product you can use to literally blend in products. You can also use it for contouring with powders, so you can get nice lines. But that's more what a lot of women do.
Is the shape of it to fit around your cheekbones or something?
Correct. Yeah. And to use it, you can get into nooks and crannies a lot easier than a completely flat brush. So then there's another brush which is a powder brush, which is much lighter, and I designed that myself from the ground up. I actually got a razor manufacturer to make me the brush.
Yes.
Or this hairs from a makeup company. They're vegan hairs, but because the razor brush was too thick. So that's the level of detail we've gone into. But that's literally a powder brush where just very light. You can apply some powder like anti-shine, which is always a great one, especially if you're under lights, Chris, like you are.
Show us the stuff.
I'm getting ready to, but I was trying to look for the other brush that I can't find, but I also have, hang on.
You should just not try to make sense of what you're looking at and just show us.
Well,
And Danny can make sense
I have
of it.
another problem. So this is my anti-shine.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's a translucent powder that you apply across your face that's going to reduce like a shine and oils. I'll use the other brush for that. There is another brush, a black brush. It's called a powder brush. It's in a long.
Nobody knew this was going to happen today. This is
There we
fun.
go. Look, I'm giving a live tutorial. This is great.
Yeah, let me tell you,
Make Chris bigger.
there's like 76 items in here that are not makeup. They're all like gear.
Does one look like a brush?
No, one's a moisturizer, one's a beard and brow filler. One looks like it goes up your butt.
Oh, Christopher.
What is that?
Well, look, each their own, Chris, but it's actually a sponge. So that's a sponge to apply products. So that's to help you blend in a tinted moisturizer or a foundation or a concealer.
Reusable cotton pads, application brush, concealer pen.
Show us the stuff, Christopher.
I'm looking through box names. There's no one that says the certain kind of face sponge.
I want to see it.
Hang on.
Oh, you branded right on the powder itself. As a marketer, that's very
concealer
exciting.
pen.
So that's a concealer pen, which is literally it looks like a pen that you can apply under your eyes or onto any blemishes, spots, scars.
Okay.
It's a little bit thicker than foundation, so it gives you a little bit more coverage.
I might have two of those too.
So what's the right shade for that?
Is it possible I don't have that brush? Is that a thing?
No, that's it. That's the brush.
No, that's the concealer pen.
That's the concealer pen. You should have a black brush in there. Hopefully, we got one sent to you. But this could backfire.
But I mean, to apply the concealer.
No, there's a look.
So this is say the end of the concealer thing you can actually use to.
Yeah.
That's what.
You can just dot that under your eyes after you pump it. It takes a few pumps at the beginning to get the products out.
Nothing's happened.
Probably you can apply it.
You're so fussy. Can you click it louder?
Or quicker.
There's things going on here. Oh, there's some. I just felt.
That's not where you put that.
You said under my eyes.
You can lightly apply it under your eyes.
Space under your eyes.
Yeah, you were more on your cheek.
I missed. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like on my nostril. I see. Look right here.
And you would probably dab it on rather than putting too much. You clicked it quite a few times.
Bug on me. Okay, hang on. Oh my gosh.
That would be enough.
Other
and then you can use the sponge just to blend it in. And get rid. Look at that, 10 years younger.
I'm awake. Oh my god. So this is okay. Like I'm sort of making it a little funny, but I'm overwhelmed by the things, Danny. There's things, and I maybe was sent that brush. I'm really good at losing things. I just took this out of the package 30 seconds before you went on.
We're working on the Chris Brogan makeover.
And I probably lost it.
We'll get Chris to come over to the store, yeah? We'll get you to the store.
Yes.
I'll be in the UK.
That's to remove the products at the end of the day. So we've got to remove that, and they're reusable cotton pads. So
don't take it off now.
I don't know what to do. Listen, so I was just about to say, I am overwhelmed by the amount of things that just fell out of this box. There's like 86 black boxes on my desk now. So
You've got the full set, mate. That's fine.
yeah. Which thank you. But holy shit. Like, what do people do, Danny? Like a guy. Okay, let me give you two use cases. One is like I've got the melanin problem where I've got the different skin. So like, I'm coming in because it's just important to me. I get that. But what if someone just wants to wear makeup? They just want to be pretty. Do you sit them through this whole thing?
No, not at all. So like, if you can see there, like we obviously there's a lot of different types of products and different uses, but that's because people want to use different products for different reasons, right?
Yeah.
So every time, my morning routine is I use a little bit of foundation across my whole face, blend it with a sponge, and I use an anti-shine to even it out. That's me done, right? Okay. That's my everyday. It takes me 5 minutes. If I'm going out on a night out, I might use the beard and brow gel because I've got big eyebrow. I've got very big eyebrows.
Whoa!
So I like to
Let's see those, Danny.
They're very sculpted, though.
Oh yeah.
And actually, I've got because I did it for a customer earlier. See this line here, which is quite defined. That's a beard and brow filler, which is just a pencil. Which because I've got a patchy beard, so just using a bit of that can give me a nicer, straighter line, which a lot of guys want with their beard. But that, like, literally, my morning routine is 5 minutes, 3 products. But then I might mix it up. So what we're trying to educate, it's not a massive routine. There's a lot of different products you can use. You don't have to use all of them. Just use whatever makes you feel better.
Look at Christopher.
So that's why you need the other brush as well, because that picks up.
Yeah, that other brush would have done the better job, right?
And you are using a lot of product. So you've got, if you wanted the look of Casper, the ghost, you've absolutely nailed it.
Oh, Christopher.
So I have 3 experiences with makeup in my entire life. I'll give them to you all at once. One was I was playing a part in the Velveteen Rabbit, and they put on makeup backstage, and I was a young man, and I said, I'm not wearing makeup. That's stupid. And I got it all back off before I got on the stage. I get on the stage, and I look absolutely white and ghosty, and you can't see my face. The spotlights are blowing off my face. And this? Okay. So then the other 2, I was on the Dr. Phil show, and as I'm in the chair, and they're really doing a job on me, I said, wait a minute. So you're like makeup artist in Hollywood? And she said, yeah. And I said, could you make me look like a robot or something? She goes, I could, but I won't. And I went, oh.
Theatrical makeup, yeah. So you can do it.
Yeah.
But this is for like men who have to present on video, which like everybody does now, pretty much.
Right. Like this is reasonably something I should be using. And by the way, when I applied it, look what I did to my rosacea bit. It's like, look at me. So like I would need training. Look right here.
Yeah, like obviously if you had an education or we looked at our tutorials, you'd find it a lot easier how to use it. Our tutorials are 2 minutes long. They're very quick, very easy. And that's what we try and do is make it not seem complicated. Because I think that's what a lot of guys think. Like like how you applied it with an anti-shine, we would never suggest do that. But if you were to put the tinted moisture
don't do that.
It's really easy to use. You can't really go wrong with it. It's all our products are very fine. They've got not a lot of pigmentation in them. So if you do make a mistake, it's very easy to
just blend it out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, compared to a female brand, which tends to have quite a lot of pigmentation where that's not what
tricky.
guys want.
Nope. So I don't even have eye makeup on, but you would put concealer like in the inner corners of your eyes and like underneath just a little to make you look a little more alert.
100%. And like Chris obviously looking at the beard and brow filler. I'm not sure what color we gave you, but we do a
hopefully like old man. I
think there you go. There we go.
Color.
Grumpy old man, is that a color? Do you name the colors, Danny?
Well, look, with the colors, we just call them what they are. But the shades, I've named them. Like everything, I designed the packaging, names, branding. We did it all in house. We didn't outsource it to anyone. So
okay, so look at this. Look. Oh, I have to fight with it. Hang on a minute. Oh no. Okay, I'm just not smart. Okay.
Half the fun for me are the names like Snowberry.
Yeah, so that's the other thing we didn't want to do was name our product something they're not. So we call foundation. We don't call it face fix or something like that, which other brands do. So that product there, which you've got, is the tool where one's a brush, obviously the comb, and then the other side is once you apply it, you can then fill in. You can blend out with the brush, so you can make it look a lot more natural.
I see. So this is for patchy people.
And to be honest, I'm not just saying it, but I do get quite a patchy beard. So for me to get a more defined beard, it takes me a couple of minutes just to draw in a line. But no one, I had a customer in earlier, he couldn't believe it. The difference. That's why he came in. So
Elizabeth says, I think I need to watch Danny. Never been good with makeup either, but great on moisturizer.
Oh yeah.
And Marion says, are makeup artists using your products for men rather than traditional women's makeup?
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. So it's been crazy journey for us the last couple of years. Like we've grown considerably. I just can't believe what's going on, if I'm honest. And a lot of makeup artists are using our products. There was a big news article about a massive comedian who in the UK never used makeup off of set. The makeup artist used it on him. He then went home. He actually bought products from our store. And it's the first time he used makeup outside the studio. And it was like he talked about it on radio, made national news. And because it was really easy to apply. And so, yeah, the makeup artists are using it, which is a great way for us to get the brand out there as well.
Was it Jimmy Carr? Because that would,
And no, it was Romish. Have you heard of Romish?
Oh, I know. Yes.
Yeah. God, I could probably show you, but it was in the Sun newspaper, a big article. But it said Romish puts on the war paint, which was quite cool.
But
he bought it himself online. And how about this? Anyway, yeah, we just knew it was him because he reached out to us because there was an address issue that he put in wrong. But we were like, I wonder if it's him. And then it was in the newspaper. So,
my gosh.
Yeah, really cool.
That's crazy. Ramesh is.
But that's the whole thing for me, right? Is that we're introducing people that haven't used it outside of sport, and it helps normalize it for other guys. And the other guys might think, oh, actually, if he's wearing it, I might try it. And we're not going to be for everyone. Some people are going to disagree. Some people are going to say you shouldn't be doing it. But that's fine. That's their choice. All I want to do is give men a choice because of the huge benefit it's given me.
I could watch Chris put makeup on all day, but I feel like I have to ask about the partnership that you have with barbers trained in men's mental health.
So this is what I want to do in the store with you today. So right behind me here, we have set up this barber area. So this is a partnership with the Lions Barber Collective, which is endorsed by Prince William. It's a charity that go around and teach barbers how to spot signs of mental health in their clients. Because as a guy, especially what you do when you have your hair cut, you talk about your life, how you feel. And they go around teaching barbers how to do that. But this is the first ever location they've had. And all the revenue is going back to that charity, 100% of it. We don't make literally 1 penny out of any haircuts. That all gets driven back to that charity to grow the amazing work they're doing.
Wow. That's amazing. Can we see that again? I'll make you big.
Yeah, of course.
Take another look. Oh, that's so cool.
And then here, actually, guys, so I'm sat at a bar, and this machine here is the first ever in retail bespoke makeup making machine. So we take a scan of your face. It gets the exact skin type. We then get oil. If you've got oily skin, how much coverage you want, and it literally inside there will mix the makeup on site. Perfect.
No way. Custom makeup?
Custom makeup in retail.
See, now the girls are going to come running.
Yeah, and here behind are these. So it's tinted moisturizer foundation, and on here it says "Designed for me."
Oh, wow.
And then it's literally bespoke. And we, when we opened on a Saturday, we had a queue of people waiting for that machine because it's never been done before retail, and it's incredible, And this is what we try. I'll give you a quick tour. This is what we try and do in this store, a little bit different. And right at the front of the store, this here is the first ever interactive Q&A machine. Do you want me to demo it to you really quickly?
Give us a little bit. I need to know about bronzer and concealer.
You do. You really do.
So if we said bronzer,
I didn't.
You will see. If I turn up, you press start conversation. In this conversation,
no way.
But
oh, you're listening to yourself all day. That's got to be.
Awesome. So there's an introduction, and you can say what is bronzer, but I can press this button and ask a question. So I can say, how do you apply bronzer? Hopefully it works. So
maybe.
Applying bronzer, there's only
whoa.
How the brush. So it's really light, fine brush. So that is the first. Look.
Oh, wow.
So that's the first.
Chris, that's what you need.
Yeah.
You need Danny in your house to tell you.
Danny to talk to me all day.
Yeah. Yes. Hello.
Yeah. So that was this is the first ever in retail Q&A. So what we try to do with the store is a lot more than just selling products.
Yeah.
We want it to be a destination for people to come to the store. And I think that's what the future retail needs. So a reason to come to a shop. So hopefully we've done that.
That's so exciting. Do you have women trying to sneak in? I would want custom makeup. I'd be like
fake beards.
Yeah, but look, and it's for men, but we get custom women buying it as well.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I would want it for me. Like if I'm buying it for somebody else, I don't need the machine to sit at the machine.
The machine. This is what I'm saying, because you can literally formulate anything. It doesn't matter if it's male or female. You can say how much coverage you want, like oily skin, what finish you want, and it will do your exact skin shade. So, of course, women can use it.
Oh my gosh, and
that'll be launching online in 3 weeks as well. So we'll have that service online.
I could scan sitting in my house.
Yeah, literally on your phone, and you scan and it picks it up. So
now Chris has a keynote presentation like tomorrow
morning.
So he needs a tutorial right now.
I'm
Chris, what I suggest is take all of that off and don't try again for your keynote. But we can have a separate chat, mate, and I'll try and talk you through it, because how good your keynote is, if you look like that, they won't be looking at your keynote.
Fair play. I look like a kabuki, I just need a couple red stripes. I didn't do.
That theatrical makeup we were talking about in movies. That's exactly what you've done.
That is true.
So.
But I mean, it's because we're just like a bunch of stupid bears. Men with makeup need so much education, because like we didn't start when we were 3, or we did, and then we were like pushed away.
You think it went really well for girls when we were 3? Like,
yeah, exactly. And do you know what? This is the other thing we try to educate. Look, it's not as complicated as it seems, and like just give it a go. Like, if it doesn't work, you can always take it off. A lot of guys buy the whole set, they go home, they trial it, and as soon as, especially tinted moisturizer, right? Because you can't really go wrong with that, because you can blend it out so easily. But every time what happens, they get the moisturizer, they put it on, because it's got makeup based, it really evens out the skin, and they're like, oh my god, it actually works. And that's a really good transition into the rest of the brand. So, I think, give it a go. If it's not for you, it's not a problem, but at least you tried it.
And I think it's, I mean, again, I kind of acted it up in ways that would absolutely not be conducive to you selling more of this, but it all sort of makes sense. I just need to understand it a little bit more. But I think it's beautiful that there's this opportunity, like you said, not to steal your lady's makeup or something like that, or not to pretend you're buying it for your sister or something when you have to walk into the shop.
No, there's tons of men who could use this, like where they record training videos, do webinars, do keynote presentations, just have to show up at Zoom meetings and don't want to look like patchy and uneven.
And do you know what it is? It's not like we've created the space, or it's new. Guys have been doing this for a long time in secret. Like, we got a customer in yesterday who was saying, they used to pretend he was buying it for his partner when he went into the store. Like, it's just, I just want to make it normal so guys can feel comfortable in doing it. Because honestly, I think it will help more people than people going against it, say, men should be men and not worry. I think we're past that point where men don't wear deodorant, a lot of them, or, don't get the hair. Guys now getting a haircut every 4 weeks instead of every 6 weeks. A haircut's changed from, I just need to get my hair cut, to, no, I want to go and get it cut because it makes me feel better.
8 to 12 to 24.
I go a year plus at a time sometimes, Danny. So, because I have long hair usually. So I'm as you're saying.
Yeah, but do you like your hair like that?
Like this very moment, not right now, but not today. But normally, I mean,
exactly. That's what it's personal choice, isn't it? Right? If you want to grow your hair, grow it. That's all we believe in. It's personal choice. Do whatever you want to make you feel better, and don't let anyone else judge you for it. If you want to have long hair, if you're a guy, you want to wear a dress, if you want to wear some makeup, if you want to go down to the gym every day, you should absolutely be allowed to do that if it makes you feel better. And that's all we're about.
I was thinking about one other experience I had like this. I was in Las Vegas and I was visiting my friend Tim. Tim is a author and a keynote speaker and all that. And Tim is like 3 or more years older than me. He's not. Yeah, I know, Kerry. I don't want to though. Tim's like 3 or more years older than me. And we're in the his gym was super posh. Like I usually go to gyms like it's just weights and stuff, and you go home. And his had like a spa and all this stuff. It was rather fancy. And as we're in the locker room, one thing I don't do in locker rooms is talk to people. I just get my kit back on and get out. And he's like chatting me up. And I realized that he comes over to me and he shows me his moisturizer and he goes, "This is the best stuff." And he goes, "I've been using it for 5 years." And I am sitting there thinking a lot of judgmental thoughts. What I didn't say to this was that moments before when we were out at the gym, I was thinking, this guy's years older than me and his skin looks really nice.
Exactly.
And it took me all this time. Like it took me like years actually to process like, oh, wait, it's what's in that bottle that's helping his skin look like that. It is not a genetic.
Yeah, and look how it made him feel. It made him feel proud enough to be, look, this stuff is great because it makes him feel great. And that's an amazing feeling,
So look, I made some mistakes. Mistakes were made, as people sometimes say. I got too excited. I forgot to cut you off in the middle. I forgot to do everything. So hang on. We'll get through this together. So hold my hand. Ready? Okay. Pre-search. It's a search engine. Boy, is it good. I love
if you
pre-search.
look up makeup for men on pre-search,
You'll find war paint.
War paint for men.
I checked. Hey, need a lawyer? California? You should. Streaming.lawyer. Mitch Jackson is the #1 trial attorney in all of California and an incredible legal mind. He has a mastermind for that. He has all kinds of cool stuff. He's a tech guy. Mitch Jackson is at streaming.lawyer. Grab his
got
newsletter.
a problem, he'll solve it.
Yeah, check out his hook. There we go. We did the 2 ads that I forgot to do at the beginning. Also, I know who gets this today.
Oh, and here's our person of the day. Kaboom!
My golly. Marion was there with lots of good ones. She had all kinds of questions.
Not your mother on her birthday?
Not my mother on her birthday. She can't be person of the day today. No nepotism. Marion wins. I'm going to give my mother something a little nicer than an apple. That's why, Marion. Listen, here we go. Next to last thing is this. Danny, I have a feeling I know what you might say, but we ask every guest that's ever been on the show, from Sir Mix-a-Lot to DJ Cummerbund, the question, what goes in your backpack? Now, it could be something like an avocado. It could be something physical like that, or it could be something metaphorical, like hope for the future. That's it. It's your choice. But Kerry, what's a good example of something physical you could throw into a backpack?
A book you hate? Because if it's the only book you have, eventually you'll read it and learn something new from it.
I like that one. Kerry, what might be a metaphorical one we could do?
Kindness.
Oh, kindness is a good one. Danny Gray, what goes in the backpack for you, good sir?
It might sound a bit cheesy, but for me, it's probably confidence. And what I mean by confidence is, I might seem very confident, but I lack it quite a lot of the time. And if I'm not confident because I'm suffering with body dysmorphia or mental health, or not believing that I'm going to be able to build this brand, when I'm confident, I'm the real me, and I can, I think I can do anything. But if I'm not, so for me, it's always confidence. In not an arrogant way, yeah.
That store looks amazing. You're doing an incredible job.
So where do we go? So we're in London. We've landed at Heathrow. We get into downtown now. Where are we?
Yeah, you go straight to Oxford Circus, and it's literally about a 4-minute walk from the tube from Oxford Circus. Carnaby Street, I would say, it's probably the most famous street, one of those in the world for shopping. So it's an amazing location.
Posh man in a posh store in a posh.
I'm definitely not posh, mate. You can ask any of my mates. I'm definitely not posh. You can probably hear by my twang.
I catch it a little bit there.
My dad was not averse to using a little tinted moisturizer. He had skin issues, like at a time when men were not supposed to wear makeup, if you want to call it that. And he was very uncomfortable. So he actually used to even out his skin tone in corporate environments.
Exactly. Let's just